When I started my channel, it certainly wasn't to solve true crime. It was basically to reveal the truth. And I find myself really looking at the J. Slater case as a creator. I've been sent so many incredible theories. Everybody does have an opinion, and it's intriguing when you see a majority. With the J. Slater case, one of the major theories that a lot of people return to or haven't left is the Tom Hilton theory. So J. Slater, 19, went on the holiday to Tenerife, volcanic island, for an energy rave for 3 days, and then was going to stay 4 extra days, according to his mom, Debbie. But what ended up happening has left most of us with nothing more than obsessive thoughts of what is the truth. There had been an attack on a gentleman named Tom Hilton. The miners, a group of boys, went out and hunted down one young male, and it was severe, and it was brutal, and they left him for dead. Jay Slater's mom decided that it was best, even though she said Jay had taken no part of it but witnessed it, to go down and report what had happened to the authorities. And Jay did that. Like the others, Jay was sentenced as an accomplice. Once that had happened, there have been rumors, if you will, or stories that Debbie's home, where Jay lived with his mother and brother Zach, had been attacked. Even rumors of arson and broken windows. And then when we go to Tenerife, which is a celebration of serving that time, of fulfilling that obligation legally, to have fun with these friends. They all seem to have met around the same time at the Creamfield Festival. And it really makes you wonder, what was this friendship based on, right? We've heard about rugs and all kinds of things of that nature. And Tom hasn't had a brilliant past. It's riddled with rough criminal behavior, allegedly. Since that time, Tom has also lost his dad. So that being said, if there was this revenge that was sought after, then Tom would need friends that would also be friends with Jay. Now, Lucy May has been seen in photographs with Brandon. She's also been seen in photographs with Tom Hilton. When you see Jay out at the rave, as the night progresses, we have no timestamp, no way to know when the videos were taken. But he's wearing the same shirt. It's definitely Papagayo on the Veronica strip. And as each picture, frame by frame, clicks by, we see this 19-year-old boy lose his balance, his things, and deteriorate, where you don't know if he's going to make it to the door on his own when it's time to go home. No one else seems affected at the rave. Really makes you wonder, could there have been some sort of spiking that was taking place? We've all discussed there's nothing for CCTV footage or proof of life after Jay leaves the NRG festival. And so it makes you wonder if he was put into a vehicle where he doesn't even have consciousness. Debbie herself said, if that's a picture of her son, is he conscious, and could somebody else be using his phone? She'd never seen him look like that. She asked, did someone have Jay's phone? Because allegedly that came from Jay's phone. If that's true, and that's really a car, is that Tom Hilton in the vehicle with Jay and Ab? And is he the mate, his mate, Tom, on his way up to Masca? Is that who's really sleeping? Not Rocky, but Jay passed out up at Masca. I mean, there's been no real investigation. Ab's car, his rental car, was never checked, never taken in. These phones weren't confiscated. There was no investigation. It was 2 weeks into it after the Airbnb in Masca had been cleaned, painted, renovated. Now what are you going to find? At that point, they were still running around thinking Jay was alive. Remember how Brad said he just got out of the rave himself when he's talking to Jay? 4 a.m, the rave is over. That would mean the CCTV footage would need to be from 2 hours earlier. Jay looked like he dropped his shirt and maybe his bag, but he picked him up. He came up finally. The one witness that claims to have filmed that said that was at 1:30. If Jay was actually up in Masca at 4:30, it could explain why no construction worker saw Jay running. It could explain why no tourist saw Jay running. And it could explain why Jay would run for his life. It became 2, and there was Tom Hilton. And he didn't know where he was. And he had no phone. And maybe Lucy had a Freudian slip. Everybody wants to give her that excuse. Oh, she meant it was out of battery. But maybe it was the absolute truth. Maybe it was Tom Hilton that took that photograph that made Jay look like a thief, when we don't believe that. Was it Tom Hilton all along in the blanket photo, in the AP possible watch photo, and did he take the scenic photo of Masca? Was Jay chased? That's the only way I can imagine Jay running up a cliff. It would make more sense why all these people talk about being dark. Maybe the exact opposite of what Lucy was saying is more true. She said it weren't dark, it weren't night or cold. Well, maybe it was. And maybe this happened much earlier in the morning. Tom would have ownership of Jay's phone. Could that explain who's in the blanket photo on the Airbnb stoop? And using that computer tag for the location gives an alibi that Jay was there. The only other photo of Masca, while Jay was allegedly there, other than the blanket photo, would be of the little village of Masca from what appears to be a lookout, which we have a video which just simply is very similar to that little photograph. And we have a person running to the white car which had pulled up, and then the vehicle leaves. A lot of people are suggesting that that may have been Tom that threw Jay's phone at that point. Chris Tinnery suggested that Jay's phone had to have been thrown. Then, of course, he backtracked when he came back. But it still makes you wonder, could this theory explain why Mark William Thomas suggests that Jay was running from Masca, scared for his life? Social media has been scoured to find any connection between Jay and these alleged friends, Lucy, Brad, Brandon, or even Ann. All that comes up is the Creamfield Festival, which really is interesting timing, mainly because it coincides with just after this incident would have occurred with Tom, just a few months later, when you look at the social media, because it appears that Lucy, and maybe even Brandon, were friends with Tom a lot longer than Jay. This theory definitely leaves a lot of questions. Was Jay set up from the very get-go? Was it all planned to spike him, and that way he's off his face? Was it really Tom with Jay's phone all along? What happened in Masca? Did Jay even make it to Masca? Or was Jay already gone and the phone made it to Masca? A lot of questions. But one thing for sure, we still don't have the truth. According to CRISTIANOS, the truth will come out when it's supposed to. Mark Thomas Williams, the truth will come out when the time is right. According to Rachel Hargraves, the truth will come out when it's meant to. This theory is just one of the many that I receive, either through email or your comments, your posts, and I want to thank you incredibly much for supporting our channel, our family, 1111 family, as well as myself. You are amazing, and I appreciate you. And with that, if you enjoyed this content, there is another video ready for you. Just click the link.